Welcome everyone to our tutorial on drawers. And first I'd like to explain what drawers are. If we go to our Apple TV page, for example, you will see on this iPad setup on the left and right side of the screens we have some volume controls and we have some activity options. Now these are what we call drawers, and these happen to be pinned drawers, so they're always open, always viewable on the screen. Now to edit drawers, to edit the content that's inside them, we have to go to the drawers panel. A couple ways you can do this. We can click on the volume up button or one of the activity buttons, and that's going to jump us down to the drawers panel. You'll also see the drawers panel inside the panels list of the builder. So from here we can see our volume commands, we can change pages, we can see our activities. So we can edit the content that's inside the drawers. If we want to edit macros, if we want to edit button location. So I'm just going to arrange these a little bit different. We're going to move this down a little bit. Just kind of center these on the screen a little bit better. Now one thing to notice when you're building drawers, if you remember looking at that Apple TV page, we had the activities on the left side of the screen and the volume controls on the right. Now inside the drawers panel, the activities actually appear on the right side of the screen when we're building the drawer itself. When you build the drawers, you want to think opposite. We want to put the information, whether it's our activity buttons, our volume buttons, whether it's a module element for lights, a system on-off button, maybe a room selection, whatever it might be, you want to think opposite of where you want it to appear within your page. We preload the drawer on the outside of the screen and then slide it in a certain percentage. So we actually use the percentage of the drawer, it's in the properties window, to view how much of the drawer we want to see on the screen. So you can have hidden content that's off the screen that uses a variable to pull in more content when on the page. But we preload these drawers on the outside of the screen first. So you do want to think opposite in how you want the images to appear on the screen. Now once I've made the changes, I can go back to my activity page, and we see that the changes now have taken place and my activities are more centered on my screen. So we don't have to go through every single panel, every single page that we've created these drawers and edit all of these contents. We can edit in one space. So that means that if you have buttons that get used across multiple activities, your volume buttons for a perfect example, if you edit from an Integra receiver to a Denon receiver to a television, so you need to change the commands within the drawer, make your changes and it updates in every place that drawer is being used. Now if you create a new panel and you want to use a different drawer, or you want to use a new drawer, we can do so as well. So I'm going to go to this blank page that we had created for feedback, and we can see that we have just some blank elements on the screen. So we can add drawers from the widgets of our More tab. We can add this to the right, to the top, to the left, or to the bottom of our screen. Add it to the left side of our screen, we now see a handle, and this handle notifies us that there is a drawer on this page. Now we can drag and drop the drawer handle to view the contents, or we can edit the properties window and this percentage field. Before we can edit the size of the drawer, we first want to identify where we're getting the information from. So we can choose our panel name and we can choose our page name. We'll adjust the percentage of our drawer, and we can now see our activity buttons, and we now have options for initially open or pinned drawers. If we want this drawer to be pinned, we can remove the handle, thus removing the need to open and close the drawer. Now you will notice you can set variables on the percentage of drawers. So if we assign a variable, we can set the percentage so we can open and close the drawers with a button, or we could open and close the drawers with a gesture. It makes it a little bit easier than trying to find the small handle on the screen itself. Now we have the drawer percentage. If you want to add a button to open and close your drawers, find some common buttons here. Do a yellow button to open, and we'll do a blue button to close. So now within the buttons that we've added, we'll do our set variable. Add our variable name and the percentage that we want the drawer to open. So we want it to open 15%, and we want it to close to 0%. So under blue, we'll now add a set variable, closing our drawer to 0%. So now when we sync our handset and we go to this page, if we tap this yellow button, our drawer will open. We tap the blue button, the drawer will close. You could do the same kind of process with gestures, so you could use a right or left swipe to open and close your drawers.